Okay, good morning to all. So today we'll start a new topic. Up till now, we have discussed tensile testing of fibers, yarns, fabrics in detail. Now, when we come to the strength measurement in case of fabrics, what are the various approaches we follow? Tensile strength we have already understood, but according to end use and according to the requirements, we can go for two more test, that is tearing strength and bursting strength. Okay, now what is tensile strength? We have discussed already, and it gives the result in form of force, breaking load, which is in units of force. And we measure tensile strength in along one axis, in warp direction or weft direction, or in any inclined direction we can do. Generally, we go for tensile strength in case of woven fabrics, industrial fabrics, safety belts, etc. In case of tensile strength, two methods are being followed. One is British method, which is called strip test. One is followed in US, which is grab strength, it is more popular in US. Now, under strip, we'll study two terms: cut strip and raveled strip. Cut strip is we just cut the fabric specimen in a rectangular specimen and use it to measure the breaking load on the tensile tester. In case of raveled strip, basically we cut some extra width from both sides, and then we fray the 5 mm from each side to ensure that all threads run full length. Basically, in case of cut, if we cut the fabric, maybe the warp and weft are not aligned at 90 degrees, so some of the threads can be cut in between. So to avoid that and to ensure that all threads run full length of the sample from one jaw to the another jaw, we go for raveled strip, and it gives somewhat more accurate result as compared to cut strip. Now the next is grab strength. What do we mean by grab strength is, in grab method, the width of the jaw is narrower than the fabric sample. Jaw width is 1 inch and fabric sample is 4 inch. That means we are gripping the fabric sample from the center, central 1 inch. Now in this case, basically it is sampling is easy, but if we take the same sample and go for grab strength as well as strip strength, then we'll find that always grab strength gives higher reading, higher breaking load as compared to strip strength. The difference, the increase in the breaking load may be attributed to the fabric assistance. I have already defined this term fabric assistance in first or second class. That is, if we are measuring the breaking load in warp direction, then the weft thread, that is crosswise threads, which are directly not contributing to the strength, but indirectly due to their presence in the extra sample outside the grip of the jaws. This 4 inch sample, 1 inch is in the grip, and extra sample outside is there. And the weft thread, the cross threads present in that sample are also contributing to the strength due to fabric assistance factor, and that is why grab strength is always higher than the strip strength. Now the other two ways of measuring fabric strength are tear strength and bursting strength. Now tear, we know the meaning of tear. In this case, we measure the force required to continue or propagate the tear. Initially, we give a tear to the fabric and then we continue the tear. So we measure the force required to continue the tear. This type of strength failure we come across all the time during when we wear the apparel. So, and tents and parachute fabrics also, this is important. This is one of the most common strength failure. It gives reading in terms of force, which is always lower than tensile strength, because less force is required to propagate the tear as compared to the force required in case of tensile testing to break all the yarns. In this case, all force concentrate on few threads at the point of propagation. Whenever we give a small cut to the fabric and then we propagate or continue that tear, then the looseness of the fabric will increase the tear strength of the fabric, because the threads will try to come at the point of propagation, they will try to come together. So some sort of doubling effect contributes to the increase in strength. So we can say the fabrics with lower set and looser weaves show higher tearing strength as compared to fabric having higher PPI, EPI and tighter weave. So twill weave generally shows higher tear strength as compared to plain weave for same EPI, PPI, and lower EPI, PPI will show higher tear strength as compared to higher EPI, PPI. But the trend is reverse in case of tensile strength. In tensile strength, if we increase the EPI, PPI, tensile strength will increase of the fabric. But if we increase the EPI, PPI, tear strength of the fabric will reduce. It is the contrast feature, so you must understand it. Now the third thing, third approach of the testing of strength of the fabrics is bursting strength. Bursting strength reports the unit in units of pressure. Now here material is stressed in all directions at one time. It is done in case of these end uses, parachutes, knitted fabrics. Knitted fabric doesn't have this warp or weft. Two types of threads are not there. Single thread is there. And in elbows and knees also we can see in case of apparel some sort of burst is there. So bursting strength can be checked for those areas also. Lace fabric, non-woven fabrics, sacks, filter fabrics. For these end use, we go for bursting strength. Now, bursting strength is a multi-directional. Here we give multi-directional stress. Specimen breaks across direction having lowest breaking extension. If there is a woven fabric and there is high difference between the breaking extension of warp and weft fabrics, then one side which is having lower breaking extension will break, and then the other side will have to bear the double load and that fabric will break. So square fabrics show better performance. Square fabrics means the fabrics which are having same EPI, PPI and same warp and weft count, both sided same. So those are called square fabrics. So square fabrics show better bursting strength as compared to the fabrics which are having EPI and PPI, differing EPI, PPI. Okay, now how do we measure these strengths? Tensile strength can be measured on Instron. We have gone through that. And tearing strength can also be measured on Instron Universal Tensile Tester, but generally we go for Elmendorf tear tester. Bursting strength can also be measured on Instron Universal Tensile Tester by using ball bursting method, but generally we go for diaphragm bursting strength tester. The different testing instruments we'll study in the next lecture. And first we need to understand what is the conceptual difference between these three types of fabric strength measurement. Okay, thank you for today.